Hi you crazy YouTubers, welcome to my channel. This is Sheiky Life, and today is going to be another video of my series of pregnancy videos. So today's video is going to be a series of symptoms, my worries, my excitement, and belly shots at the end of this video. So if you like watching those, just keep watching to the end. I definitely am guilty for watching these videos and looking at belly shots. So I've got this notebook here, as you can probably see the shot, and I have my notes here, so let's get started. So the last time I gave you guys an update, it was at 9 weeks. Holy, has time passed by, guys. There's quite a few symptoms that I'd like to document, and honestly, I know that I'm probably going to forget a few, so hopefully I don't forget a few. I definitely did in my 9-week one, but there are so many symptoms and so many things going on. So let's start off on some good updates or symptoms. So, big number one that is so great right now, I didn't mention it in my 9-week update, but I can now finally sleep without peeing in the middle of the night. So, something I didn't mention in my 9-week update was I was constantly waking up to pee. Guys, I have no idea why. I had stopped, cut off my drinking and everything close to bedtime, and I'd wake up like 3 times a night just to pee. Now in the 2nd trimester, I haven't done that. Like, at most, it'd be once a night to pee. So that is really great. Another thing that's really great is my morning sickness. It's gone. It's mostly gone. Sometimes I'll feel a little but it's mostly gone, and that's great because feeling nauseous all the time is so miserable. It really freaking sucks. But now it's gone. I hope it doesn't come back, but you never know. Another thing that I mentioned in my first update was I did have diarrhea. Now I don't necessarily have it. I think I've had it twice since I entered my 2nd trimester here, so that's not too bad at all, if I say so myself. So that means my prenatals are working pretty well. I switched up my prenatals because they were causing me to have a few problems, and ever since then my problem's been solved. My problem is now to remember to take them. So I've been pretty good lately, but I do admit I do miss a few. It's hard to remember every single day. It's like, did I take one? I don't think I did. Let's eat some food with it. I'm not eating right now. And then it's like, oops, I forgot. And then I take it as soon as I remember. But yeah, I have a terrible memory to begin with. So another thing is, I don't know if it's because of not waking up so many times in the middle of the night or not, but I am a little bit less tired. So that's really great. My 1st trimester, I was just dead. I'd wake up, I'd go to work, 2 hours into my shift, I just felt so dead. Like, I just thought that I would just fall off the face of the earth and fall asleep. Like, it was bad, but now I am a bit more normal. I feel more normal, like more like my pre-pregnancy self due to the tiredness. Another thing is, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my first update, but my boobs used to be so painful. By the way, look at the tile. This is TMI. I forgot to say this at the start of the video. But my boobs were so freaking painful in the 1st trimester. It wasn't even funny. They still do every once in a while, especially when I'm in a cold area. They get really, really painful. But other than that, I don't find they hurt too bad. Something pretty neat is the veins turn blue, and it kind of looks like those dresses that go from your around your neck and go down, and so all my veins, you can see blue veins going down like so, and some a little bit on my arms. I think it looks pretty neat. It's completely normal, but just thought I'd mention that. It does look pretty cool. Now, one question that a lot of people have been asking me is, do I feel the baby yet? That question, well, that answer is a little complicated. I don't know. So sometimes I feel something in my stomach, something different, something that I've never felt before. But it's not very prominent. So I'm not sure if those are like the flutters that people talk about of the baby moving and it's just so gentle. But I don't feel them every day, and it's not very frequent. So that might be me feeling the baby, but it could be something else that I'm not too sure about. My insides are moving to make space for the baby, so it could be something that had moved. I'm not too sure, but I can't wait to be sure, because like I'm really excited to finally feel the baby kick. I know sometimes those kicks could be pretty painful, but I'm pretty excited to see like actual signs of life, like physical signs. I'm really excited for those. Now for some symptoms that aren't so enjoyable. So today I was at work, I was bending down, and I was feeling quite a few pains in my stomach area. It was making me quite worried. They were like jabbing pains here, and I wasn't too sure what to do, and they became so painful that my boss noticed and sent me home. So after doing some research, there was no blood, there was no back cramping, there was nothing else. It was just those pains, and it was when I moved, like every time I bent down to put out a label, for example. So after doing some research, I figured out that I'm pretty sure it's round ligament pain. So that's from when your stomach is growing, and I think it's the, from what I understand, it's the muscles that hold your uterus moving and contracting and stretching, and that causes a jabbing pain when you change positions. So I'm guessing mine were just a bit more on the painful side than some people's are, because I was in quite a bit of pain. That's definitely a symptom that I do not enjoy, and I hope it doesn't keep coming. I hope that it was just that one time, because pain does make you nervous, especially in the stomach area. Another symptom that I don't like is my anger problem. So I mentioned this in the first update. My anger problem is still here. I'm usually a really relaxed person, but man, don't I have an anger problem now. I just can't handle people anymore. Like, I used to be so patient, and now it's just like, nope, not doing it. Just for example, my boyfriend was ordering my food for me, and he ordered a small size of food. I'm feeding for two. Why are you ordering small? I wouldn't even order a small, and I was not pregnant. I really got really angry at him for that. And it's just stupid stuff like that, but I was really hungry on my defense too. But on that note, I am always hungry. I am intensely hungry. I will eat 3 plates at the buffet, and I'll still be like, oh, we should go get like a dozen donuts and like hash browns. And like, it's so bad. I'm always freaking hungry, and I'm eating a lot more, like probably a lot more than what I should be eating, but I'm also cutting myself off too at a certain point, because like when I eat 3 plates and it's just like, here feels like full, but like everything else is just like, eat more, eat more. I know that my body does not need more food, it's just me. So my intense hunger, constantly eating, constantly snacking, holy man guys, it is insane. So something I mentioned to my doctor, and we're still trying to get resolved, is I am getting dizzy spells. So not every single day, and they're not always all the time. So like sometimes they're just really short for a few seconds, sometimes it lasts a few minutes. I mentioned this to my doctor. We don't know what it is yet. It could just be the hormones, because hormones do sometimes cause that, but it could also be like thyroid levels are wrong, or I could be suffering from anemia. So just to mention it here, I am getting dizzy spells, and if you guys are too, make sure to mention it to your doctor, because it could always be something else. On top of that, I am also experiencing bouts of rapid heart rate and hard breathing, and I don't know if that's from anxiety, just like random bouts of anxiety, or if that has to do with something else. I'm not too sure what it is, but again, I mentioned this to my doctor too, and he's just going to send me in for some extra blood work just to make sure everything checks out. So something that I have really not been liking is the nightmares. Ever since I got pregnant, I get really vivid dreams, like insanely vivid, realistic dreams. But something that I don't like is since I hit the second trimester, I have been getting nightmares. So many nightmares. I'll have like 2 or 3 nightmares in a night, and it's just like, holy man. One of the nightmares that have been really bothering me is I had a nightmare of, well, I have had 2 that were really bothering me. One was I died in birth, but then I came back and everybody moved on, which is what you'd want to do. It's like you want everybody to move on and everything, but like since I came back somehow, it was really devastating to see like everybody was doing it without me. So that was really dark, and man, I don't like talking about these. I'm really emotional right now. And another dream I had more recently was I had a miscarriage, and man, I was devastated. I don't know, I had a dream that the baby wasn't developing enough and there was something wrong, and then that I was losing the baby, which is really freaking scary. I did have my second prenatal appointment, and I got to hear the heartbeat for the first time. The heartbeat was 152. But like, I still felt so unsettled about that dream that me hearing the heartbeat didn't seem as exciting to me, because I was just worried, what if there is something wrong with the baby, and like, what if I do miscarry, or what if the baby isn't getting developed enough? There are so many what ifs that it's just, that one dream did that to me, which I'm just like, why did my mind do that to me? The final thing, it's not a symptom, but it is something that I'm going to mention, is I've been having to book off a lot of days from work, and that is kind of stressful to me, to be honest, because for one, I lose money, and I don't make that large of an income at all to begin with, and so like every penny, really every penny counts, especially now since I'm saving up for maternity leave. And another thing is I'm actually booking vacation time to visit my family, so my boss is really not liking it, and that just makes everybody else stressed out, and all the appointments I have to book off. It's just so stressful. But we're gonna get through this, and I just thought I'd mention that as well. Now, for my worries, I did mention the one worry of the miscarriage because of the nightmare. Then my other worry is once the baby's born, I'm worried that there will be too many people around. So I've got my own family, they still live long distances, but they are planning on visiting me, which I am so thankful for. I'm so happy to have actually family coming to visit me. But I hope that everything matches up right. I'm really hoping so. But it's more the family that lives closer to me, like my mother-in-law, my father, well, especially my mother-in-law. I'm worried that they're going to try to tell me how to raise this baby, and they will be in my way, they'll be in my home, they'll be non-stop pestering me, do this and do that. I don't know if the fear is realistic or not. I'm pretty sure it is pretty realistic, so I'm pretty worried about it. But what can you do? So I did tell her when I first got pregnant that I might have to tell her to back off, and I do think I'll have to tell her that. It's just something so important to me is learning ourselves how to take care of our own child, learning our own tips and tricks, and it's just something really important to me. And having my own personal time with my own baby, like, it's really important. Now for a little upside, some excitements. So lately, since my prenatal appointment actually, I have been so excited to see the baby, to hold the baby, and especially to do skin to skin with the baby. During my prenatal appointment, there's 3 people I went to go see, and the first one was a nurse, and she helps for after the birth, and she was speaking about skin to skin, and then it just made me so excited for me to do skin to skin with my baby, and to see my partner do skin to skin with my baby. There's just something about it That just sounds so amazing to me, and I'm so excited for that. There's still quite a few weeks to go before we can do that, but I am pretty excited about that. Another thing that I'm excited about is my 20-week ultrasound is booked. So my 20-week ultrasound is the gender. I am going to find out the gender, and it's also they take measurements of how the baby's growing and stuff like that. So I think that'd make me feel a lot safer and happier, especially after that dream. But I'm really, really excited to know that the baby's healthy, which I'm really hoping that the baby is healthy. But I'm really excited to know the gender too. So me and my partner have agreed that we will find out the gender until the 3rd trimester. We're doing that because I know a lot of people are going to go psycho and buy a whole whack of stuff as soon as they find out the baby's gender. So I want to give everybody a chance and wait to the 3rd trimester. That way there's not just too much stuff everywhere, too much going on. It's a lot more manageable for me. Now for purchases, have I made any purchases pregnancy related? So like creams or bras or clothing? I actually have not. I am looking to get a cream for my belly just because I heard that you do want to apply cream on your belly for stretch marks just to make them a little bit less noticeable, to make your skin feel a little bit more elastic. So I'm definitely looking into creams, especially now that my belly is growing. But for bras, my boobs aren't that big yet. I don't want to buy things in advance and then just in case they don't fill out the new bra, what's the point in getting a larger size? Although I'm sure they've grown a lot so far, so I'm sure I'm probably going to have to buy some bras, but I'm just waiting for later on. That way I know exactly what sizes to get and I'm not just wasting a bunch of money. For clothing, I don't have a very large belly right now. For work, I wear these pants right here actually, if you see. They're scrub pants, so they're stretchy and there's a string that you tie them up. So they're going to be fine to wear for quite a while, I'm thinking, as long as it stays under the belly. And for jeans, I still fit in my jeans, but it's very uncomfortable when the button's tied up. So that's the fine line, but I don't like wearing jeans at all. Like, I wear them like maybe once a month. Like, they're not comfortable for me at all, so what's the point in wearing them? Especially if I'm usually just home or at work. So, now we're gonna go do the belly shot. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been waiting for this. So this is what it's looking like. Not sure if it's, you could clearly see it, so. That's all from 3 angles, and if you guys can't tell, I'm a pretty skinny person, so this is my hip right here, and before, my stomach used to be fairly flat, so like, all of this would be all new, pretty much all new baby stuff. So that's what my belly looks like right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please subscribe to my channel so you guys could be notified when I post my next video, as well as comment below because I love speaking to you guys. Also, if you guys have any recommendations on things that I should purchase during pregnancy that really helps you guys, just let me know. I love researching into all these things. And also, I'm going to start posting videos on how my prenatals had went. That way you guys will know how your prenatals might possibly go depending on the region you live. So I'll see you guys next time.